Hey.
Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to the Bullsmack, everybody. I'm your host, Jibber Jabber Jared, aka Prevalent Mind, coming to you live from our brand new studio location, located in Newfoundland and Labrador. If you gotta come find me, I hope you can survive all the moose on the highway, and I hope you can live in a mountain. Tons of stuff. Tons of fun stuff. Anyway, we're going to get back to the entertainment section, because that's what we like to do on the Bullsmack. We came back with a return episode dealing with the nitty-gritty, the biggest issue at the moment. And now that we got it out of the way, kind of quelled the passion and the fires a little bit, just so we're able to go on with our everyday lives and enjoy our lives. Because, listen, none of us are getting off this planet alive. You might as well enjoy it as much as you can. And that's what we like to do here. So we dealt with something serious, which was the Greta Thunberg again. I don't need to know the correct pronunciation of her name to live a full and productive life. She don't make my world go round. Anyway, we're gonna go back to entertainment now, like actual entertainment, instead of the entertainment of politics, which is very entertaining. The story is always changing, and the story is just as fictional as any fictional entertainment that comes across our television screens, whether it is streaming, whether it is in cinemas, whether it's in our ears, or whether it's in our smartphones. But anyway, join us today because we're going to review 6 Underground. We're going to find out the reason why Michael Bay did not direct Bad Boys 3, and we're going to see if it was a good career choice for the man who takes massive bets. You thought I was going to say dumps, didn't you? No, bets. And we'll see if 6 Underground is going to pay off for him. Also, in our review of media, we're going to start talking a little bit about Tom MacDonald. I think people have to stop sleeping on this guy. He's just telling it like it is, folks. I mean, if you're sleeping on Tom MacDonald, something's wrong with you. You're not a real fan of hip-hop in the first place. And with that all said, welcome back to the Bullsmack. All right. You gotta love that theme song. I love it because I made it. I might be biased and have a little bit too much love for myself. But anyway, first up on the Bullsmack today, we have 6 Underground, now premiering on Netflix, starring Ryan Reynolds, Melanie Laurent, Dave Franco. Anyway, just get it out of the way. We're going to give this movie 3.5 Bullsmack bulbs out of 5. Why? Because it is a whole bunch of woo! Holy shit! It's woo! I had to watch it twice just to make sure that it had a story. You're trying to follow what's happening in the set pieces, and all the geography is there. It's just edited like crazy. He's got so much coverage that it's hard to follow it, but it all makes sense. The action all makes sense. If you slow that down and played it in slow motion, every Michael Bay action sequence would make sense geographically. There's not a bit of coverage he doesn't shoot. Like, if you were an editor, there is no way, son. No friggin' way you're going to turn down an opportunity to edit a Michael Bay movie. Like, the coverage is all there. You could be sitting there being like, we're missing a shot. Do we have a shot of the camera going up in space, going down through a volcano and popping up through a manhole? Yeah, we do. Holy shit, give that to me. Like, there's not a piece of coverage the man don't shoot. You know, a lot of people that do the super fast editing and cutting, they do the super fast editing and cutting because they don't have the coverage. They don't have the shots. So it's a good, cheap way to make action scenes seem more chaotic and kinetic than they actually are. The difference between them and Michael Bay is Michael Bay still does the rapid-fire editing, except every shot makes sense. I'm already going to tell you why it's 3.5 Bullsmack bulbs out of 5 instead of 4. The reason why it is 3.5 Bullsmack bulbs out of 5 is because it shows a continuity error in the first 5 minutes. I mean, people are trying to defend Michael Bay as one of the masters of the action film, and he is. If you're going to deny Michael Bay his trophy as the king of action films, then, like, something's wrong with you, buddy. You got a little bit too much hate in your heart if you can't accept the fact that Michael Bay brings it with action movies. But when you're trying to defend Michael Bay, and he clearly shows a slow-mo shot of the whole fucking mirror getting taken off the left side of the car, and then in the shot immediately following that when the car pulls off, the mirror is back. But then, holy shit, did we ever miss Michael Bay directing an R-rated action film? Do you see the bodies flying everywhere? It's just human carnage everywhere. You'll laugh your ass off. Like, I don't know what Vespa driver pissed off Michael Bay in his lifetime, but Michael Bay does not like him. It's like the great Vespa genocide of 2019 is in this movie. Like, if you're riding a Vespa in 6 Underground, you dead, dude. They're killing you off in a second. I've never seen so many Vespa drivers hitting the windshield. I really haven't. It's amazing. It's almost like a drinking game. He does everything he can. He's like, oh yeah, you can compete with a sports car, can you? Here's a little bumper for you. Here's a little front end fender for you. Put you through the windshield. Let's have a whole bunch of acrobatic cars just flip over and land on your head and impale you. It is bananas. That opening scene, that opening car chase, that sets a new bar for car chase sequences. It's absolutely amazing. And as you're watching it, you're getting exhausted. Like normal Michael Bay movies, you always get exhausted when you watch Michael Bay action scenes. The whole point is knowing when to kind of like switch it off and knowing when to switch it back on again. But he uses that chaotic style that everybody says, this is unnecessary. I don't like the fact that he uses this all the time. I can't follow what's going on. It's too much. And then you see it in Avengers, and you see a whole bunch of other movies that blatantly try to rip off Michael Bay action sequences, and they can't do it, baby. But he basically uses his kinetic style, that barrage, that machine gun barrel firing shots at you. He uses that so effectively, because if you got through the first 10 minutes of this movie, oh, god damn, like that twist in the first 10 minutes that I cannot give up, because, but you don't get twists like that very often. And damn, is it not effective. It clearly proves the point. You're like, oh yeah, another Michael Bay action movie. You know, all chaotic. You can't see what's going on. All the heroes are superhuman and all the bad guys, you know, don't know how to aim. Blah, blah, blah. Well, buddy, he just shut you the fuck up in the first 10 minutes. It's devastating. It's probably the best Michael Bay action movie ever put on screen. Ryan Reynolds doing his job, amazing job. You got scene stealers like this British kid. I don't even know his name. I'll put his picture and his name up right now as I'm saying it, but his name escapes me right now. But that kid is a superhero. Melanie Laurent, you'll see her in Inglourious Basterds. I mean, she comes back, crazy gun-toting chick. She is amazing in this movie. These characters care about each other. They're a teammate. They're family. They do care about each other. And it becomes very apparent early on, because after that first devastating moment, you understand right away that that's the conflict. You have Ryan Reynolds, who is a leader. He doesn't want to get too close to his men because, hey, they could all die at any moment. And then you have the other group members that just enjoy each other's company because they're the only people who know that each other are alive. It's a team. Everybody's given their shining moments. And it is Michael Bay's version of an Avengers film. And it just kicks ass. So I have to say, like, anybody who's not willing to give this 3.5 Bullsmack bulbs out of 5, I just have to say, like, what is your version of a bombastic action film? If this isn't perfect popcorn entertainment for people that love kinetic, chaotic action films, I don't know what is. This is an absolute masterpiece. But of course, I'm knocking off the half star because they missed a few emotional beats that would have really sent this one over the top. And I'm also taking off a half star for the continuity errors. You have so much coverage. You have a $170 million budget. You couldn't have digitally removed that mirror just for that one shot. Just for a few shots. There's 1 or 2 shots, but it's so apparent. It's just like, nobody's going to notice that. We noticed it, bud. We noticed it. Everybody noticed it. It's like the first thing we noticed. And it kind of pulls you out of the action scene. And you don't want people pulled out of that action scene because that action scene sets a bar for car chases. I don't think anyone's going to top that one. So did Michael Bay make a good decision passing on Bad Boys 3 to direct this new original property? I think so. I think we're going to see a few sequels spurned out by Netflix for Six Underground. I watched this movie 3 times in one weekend. I haven't done that since I was like 14 years old with VHS tapes. I've never watched a movie 3 times. Like took a little bit off for some true crime and some Bullsmack research, and then watched it again. Played a little bit of Resident Evil 2 and streamed that, and then watched it again this morning. Six Underground, now on Netflix. Make sure you check it out. What we like to do at Bullsmack, we like to deal with serious situations first, and then we just like to go back to living life, because that's exactly what you want to do. Deal with the serious stuff, and then, make sure it's not too bad, and then you go back to living your own life, instead of being mad at everything that doesn't affect you. But that's the Bullsmack way. So anyway, we'd like to do a recap every single week about what's everybody mad at today. What's everybody mad at today? They're mad at Greta again. God damn it. I just spent that whole return episode of the Bullsmack trying to be nice to her. In fact, I was nice to her. I did not insult her. I said one true thing about her. But anyway, people are mad at her because she said, put them against a wall. Ugh. When all of your detractors are crying and saying that, you sound like a little Hitler, it's not a good look to say, let's put these world leaders against a wall. And I know people are saying, that's not what she meant. She just meant holding people accountable. But see, this is why words matter, folks. Let's put them against a wall. Well, what's the historical context of put them against a wall? See this little smiling guy from the French Revolution? And all this army of German soldiers that are ready to put 50 shots in him. And he's just smiling because, look at all these ridiculous mob of Nazis that are screaming for my head. I did nothing wrong. I'm just going to smile and take these bullets. And that's where the historical context of put them against a wall comes from, Greta. So it's good to know the historical context of these dramatic expressions you love to put out into the world so much. It's good if you know where they actually come from. See how Greta uses this term? And it's a little bit iffy, and everybody's like, well, no big deal, stop bullying a child. And then James Woods uses a historical term, but not literally in the same friggin' way, which means hold them accountable, hang them all, hold them accountable, and then you take him literally and suspend him from Twitter. But her? We're not meant to take her literally. She's just spreading out the message. She is a banana duct taped to a wall. She's just meant to get the conversation started. It's just good to know the historical context to which these terms come from, because you're going to paint yourself into a corner. And you'll have to hold yourself accountable. And in her defense, she comes out and she says, well, it's a term that we use in Svengali that just means hold them accountable. But, oh my God, there's a but. Whoever your publicist is, Greta, you gotta work with that dude, because he is not doing you any favors. This is what Greta said in reply to, people saying she wants to execute world leaders.
Yesterday, I said we must hold our leaders accountable, and unfortunately said, put them against the wall. That's Swinglish. Svenglish.
Again, I don't need to know the correct pronunciation to make my whole world go round. But anyway, she said,
that's my native tongue.
And then it's written here what she really meant. And I gotta say, it's not helping your case against people that say that you sound like a little Hitler and you got a whole bunch of little Nazi followers following you with socialism. It doesn't help you to say, I didn't mean to put them against a wall. What I meant to say was, Atstalenagenmachwagen. Did I pronounce that correctly? It's not helping you. It's like the worst thing you can do. You're like, I don't sound like Hitler. What I meant to say was, Atstalenagenmachwagen. Girl, fire your publicist. Holy fuck. Anyway, moving on from that, because that's as much as I can take from that, because Greta does not make my world go round. I don't live my life for Greta Thunberg again. 24 flavors of fuck it. And moving on to music reviews, we're going to talk about Tom MacDonald's I Hate Hip Hop. You can catch that premiered on YouTube a little while ago. This is the problem with Tom MacDonald is a lot of people take his songs out of context. He likes to set things up. So he'll have a whole song about straight white males, and the whole first half of the verse is the setup. And then the last part of the verse is the punchline. He's a very self-aware artist. He's very careful in the construction of his lyrics. And people aren't giving him the credit because they love taking the snippets of his setup, taking that out of context and making him seem like a whiny white boy. And then they totally don't show people the punchline. And the reason they don't show people the punchline of his songs is because they're hilarious and spot on and 100% true. Look how they demonize him. Go try and find his Wikipedia page and see what somebody wrote as their official biography. And again, he doesn't give a shit. He doesn't care. And people try to understand his politics. The dude doesn't have a side. Those are the best type of people. Like, take a look at Tom MacDonald. If Tom MacDonald showed up to an Antifa rally, Antifa would be like, let him in. Let him in. He's one of our friends. Let him in. He supports us. And then if, Tom MacDonald showed up to a Trump rally, they'd all be like, come on, let him in. He's our friend. Let him in. We can talk to him. And if you saw Tom MacDonald walking down the street around normal people, you'd see normal people like, what the fuck is that? What the hell is that thing? Those are the best type of people. The best type of people that can be social butterflies. They can fit in anywhere. They're chameleons. He looks a little reptilian. You don't know. But they're chameleons. Because they have such an open mind and because they're totally tolerant of everybody, they fit in everywhere except for the middle, except for the gray area where all the normies are, because the normies are all like, who the fuck is this? Well, I gotta tell you, normies, you gotta stop sleeping on Tom MacDonald. The dude has like 66 million views. If you checked out his diss battle with Mac Lethal, it is devastating. I tried to show people like 6 months ago on the Bullsmack fanbook page, and people are all like, oh, you just like him because he's a Nazi and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, you guys are just listening to the wrong people about Tom MacDonald. Tom MacDonald is, woo, baby, holy shit. If you can find a rapper that has more relevant lyrics in hip-hop to the state of hip-hop in the world of social media and cancel culture, you're not going to find me. You're not going to find me one. I'm not going to agree with you. This man is the cream of the crop. He is the apex of lyrical artists that are topical for what is going on today. And it's not talking about Hennessy or vodka and popping Xanax and a bunch of other shit. I mean, that's my hip-hop generation. They got nothing to say. It's just a bunch of shit. I'm making club songs so you can drink. I'm doing this song so you can fuck. Tom MacDonald is making songs so you can think, and the man is putting out bangers. If you don't think that half of these songs are bangers, you don't know what the fuck a banger is. Go to fuck back to 1982, put some Run DMC in your ear. You want to praise mumble rappers and all these people that are all sounding like Lil Wayne? Drake even sounds like Lil Wayne. Nobody got their own fucking sound. And this guy comes out just rifling off words. You can crystal clear hear them. You can hear every word he says. You can hear every little nugget. Syllable, rhyme with syllable, but guess what? You can hear it. It makes sense. It's thought-provoking. They're amazing. His bangers, you will go down the rabbit hole. Very thought-provoking. And he's also got, besides the stuff that stirs up a lot of commotion and gets everybody sad about words and things that matter, the people that are upset with Tom MacDonald about certain issues don't realize that he's probably on their side on a lot of issues. And I mean, if you don't believe me when I say that Tom MacDonald is like the most relevant rapper in this day and age, I mean, check out the rap battles we're having. Check out the rap battles. Last week we got Nick Cannon, hashtag RIP Nick Cannon trending. Why? Because Nick Cannon is a fucking clown, man. The man is going after Eminem with like the shittiest, most irrelevant topics. This beef is from 10 years ago. Nobody gives a fuck anymore, Nick. Nobody cares. Go whine. Go look up Tom MacDonald's rap battle with Mac Lethal. Hi Dave, hi Dave, hi Dave. I'm not even trying. I'm not afraid if you did a drive-by, I'd wave. Come on. The dude fucking kills. He's a killer. He's an absolute savage, man. And if you can't admit that to yourself, you don't know hip-hop and you're being a bitch. You're being a whiny, sad little bitch if you can't admit that Tom MacDonald is killing folks. He's killing them. Try him. I guarantee you, any mainstream rapper alive today is terrified of going after Tom MacDonald. I mean, you gotta keep some dignity, dude. You gotta keep some dignity. It's not gonna be a blowout for anyone that's name is not Tom MacDonald. Tom MacDonald's gonna be like that close to you. This girl makes his videos. She's getting a lot better, man. This is like the best music video that Tom MacDonald has put out. And what's her name? Nova? Nova is kicking ass, man. Like, this is hip hop. And I mean hip. Like, it puts the hip back in hip hop. These posers and fakers with fake lives, college kids pretending they're gangsters. If you think those people are hip, those people aren't hip. That's falling off the hip. That's like old Fruit of the Looms coming off the hip. It's not hip hop. It's granny panty hop. Get it together. Tom MacDonald. Know his name. You don't have any fake names. He's not going around calling himself Prevalent Mind. He's going around calling himself by his real name. He is Tom MacDonald. It's the most regular name in the world. Tom MacDonald. Fantastic. The man is a political rapper without a political position. 5 out of 5 Bullsmack bulbs for Tom MacDonald. I'm trying to learn the harmonica again, so bear with me. It's like, it's just my thing. I'm trying to get good at it again. No, wrong way. I'm holding it the wrong way. Okay, that's going to be the Bullsmack today, folks. Thank you for joining us on another episode of the rebooted Bullsmack series. Bullsmack will return, possibly tomorrow or the next day, or maybe a little later today. I don't know. So anyway, we thank you for joining us now. And as we like to say, dicks, tits, and everything in between, we thank you for joining us today on this episode of the Bullsmack, and we hope to see you back again real soon. In the meantime, hit the like button, subscribe button, all that stuff that helps me out, tries to get me a better view count, spread me around like an STD, everybody.